I know. Well, I'm not pissed. No. It's a mentor. That's alright. Okay, we need to listen. That's my problem. I'll pitch that. Women need to get it together. But right. We're serious one. Right. I just know. Get it together, girl. Yeah. Like, excuse me. I wouldn't think we should have women. That would probably like maybe more than.
They do meetings.
Oh, it's women only. I know, right? It is very challenging. Yeah, they look a lot more daunting. They're actually comfortable. They're actually not that bad. Yeah, so long as you like have good posture. Yeah. You got like
You're in front of the camera.
All right, everybody, come on up and get a seat. We've got plenty of seats up here. Plenty of seats. We've got some nice couch, some nice comfortable seating up here.
Yeah, they'll be like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, get a good seat, everybody. And we are gonna.
Okay. Just have one.
First of all, I want to ask your apologies for the fact that there are not that many soft drinks around just yet. The refreshments are on their way. I guess there was a miscommunication that they thought the dinner was going to be before the refreshments. I kind of wanted the refreshments throughout. So there will be all kinds of sodas and water and all kinds of coffee and beverages in that room from here on out. Sorry, thought they'd be there at the beginning. So please forgive me on that one. Still getting my feet wet with this as well. But we're going to go through now and we're going to get our pitches set. So just to give you a brief idea of why this matters here is that we are going to develop, you are actually going to develop, you're going to choose which of the best ideas you're about to hear, and those people that pitch those ideas are going to become team leaders. They're then going to be working the idea with their respective teams that are going to form from that point on. So this is the period of time where I think we separate the team leaders from the team players, of which both are extremely necessary, but if you are interested in being a team leader, this is the time. You were given 2 books in your bag. One's kind of a bigger book, which I will tell you, when you write on this book right here, it is the best writing experience of your life. I'm not kidding. It feels like you've just entered the gates of heaven. Wow. And honestly, do it, Tom. Do it. All right. And then on the other pad, there's it's a smaller one, a little black book. That's something that I wouldn't say is near. It's not as good a writing experience, but there's a pen with it. So I guess there you go. But what I'd like you to do is to use one of these books or to use whatever apparatus you're most comfortable with and take notes of the pitches you're about to hear. Because when this is all said and done, the email addresses that I made sure that was right when you all registered with me when you first got here, we're going to send you an app or a Google Forms, and you're going to vote on 5 best ideas. You're all going to vote on the top 5. They're not in order. They're not weighted. But you're going to submit your top 5. So what we're going to do with each pitch that has a number based on the raffle ticket we gave you, each pitch, when we call you up, you're going to come up and you're going to give us one word that describes your pitch. That's so Brandon and I can put that into the system, and that can be easy for you to use when you go to make your judgment. You're going to have a number and a word. So what I suggest is if something makes sense to you, you write down the number and the word, and a little something about it, because later on you're going to have to be the one that picks among your own notes which were my top 5. Okay, so just take that, keep that in mind going forward. There's a randomness to it, but there's also some precision. So with that, we're going to start, and I think we're going to try to make it so you can hear Senator Brown's message that he recorded for this hackathon. In all honesty, to get a senator to do something like that for a program like this, it's a pretty big deal. So we were pretty honored that he was so interested in being here with us tonight. And so I want to play that for you real quickly.
I'm Sherrod Brown. It's a privilege to serve as a United States Senator. Thanks to Ian Schwarber, Jeff Hoffman, and Carolyn Behrman, and the Excel Center for Entrepreneurship and Civic Engagement for sponsoring today's competition. Thank you for your work to connect students with real-world opportunities in the Akron community. Our state is a state of proud tradition of innovation. Birthplace of aviation, Thomas Edison, John Glenn. Interestingly enough, John and Annie Glenn just celebrated their 73rd wedding anniversary. It'll be up to the next generation in Ohio and across the country to keep that spirit of discovery alive. Too many of our ideas, though, are now manufactured and commercialized abroad. We invent the idea here, and then we make that idea overseas. We change that by investing in students like you. It says a lot that you're spending your Friday here. Your friends might be thinking about Friday night plans. Of course, maybe you are too, but at least you're there. You're here to worry about how to create jobs, how to do economic vitality in the Akron community. You're showing a self-awareness that we are all part of something bigger and greater than ourselves. It takes all of us working together to solve 21st century challenges and to ask tough questions. How do we ensure that every student who wants an education can afford one? How do we create jobs and strengthen the middle class? How do we harness and embrace new technology while protecting workers and our social safety net? We all have a role to play in the direction that our town and our state and our country takes. The fact that so many of you are here today makes me optimistic for the future. Good luck in today's competition. I look forward to seeing the innovative ideas you bring to life, that you bring to our state. Thank you so much.
So that's pretty cool. Let's give a round of applause for Senator Brown. He's down here with us right now. He wasn't exactly sure how many ideas or how many people he was going to be meeting. So what we're going to do is we're going to commit to the top 3 who win the money, who win the office space. We're going to take down to either meet him in Columbus, or perhaps we might ask him to come here to Akron so he can be here in the Excel Center. After we kind of made the deal, I kind of thought twice, and I thought, why don't we have him come to Akron? So I think maybe that's what we'll do. But either way, that's a pretty cool thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start with the first person to pitch an idea. So when I call this number, I know you all have your tickets that you took. Get your tickets ready, or what I would say is, I guess, remember the last 3 numbers of your tickets. They should be in succession. So get an idea. And so this will kind of self-select how the heat gets turned on here. I kind of like this. So why don't we get the owner of ticket 351019. 351019. Get on up here, KK. One word for 019. One word that describes your pitch so that everybody can judge it later on. We need one word. Like I said, one word, everybody, to describe your pitch, just so everybody can easily vote for your idea when we vote at the end.
Homemade food.
Homemade food. Go ahead and take the mic if you want. You can hold it if you want. Serves easy. And here, oh yeah, one last thing I should have told you. These are 60-second pitches, so I'll give you this sign when you have 10 seconds left.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. While I'm talking, I'd like you to think of Uber as an example. My business idea is that I'm an international student. I've been traveling around a lot to a lot of countries all over the world. And the problem that I have is that whenever I want to have food in some places, it's really difficult just to find homemade food. For example, now I'm here in Akron. I'm a student, and I'm busy. I've been studying for the whole day, and at night I don't want to cook. So what if there's an app like Uber? Business idea is Uber, as I said. There's an app that say, okay, this is the food that we cook at home, and this is the price that we give it to this food. So then when you are a user, you can just go, you can just pick that food and scroll down to the app, pick the food that you want, and you pay through the app, and then go and pick up the food whenever you're ready. Or you can, as I said, think of Uber as an example. Then you share location. You do everything.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Give it up for KK. Very, very good job. It's not easy to be the first, KK. So I may have given you an extra 7 or 8 seconds there. But from there on out, we're going to be tight on the numbers. Just so we can keep it fair, keep it clean, keep it orderly. So again, when I give up the, take off my hat, that means you get 10 seconds left. Let's see, number 351004.
All right.
All right. Remind me of your name? Evan?
Yes, my name is Evan.
All right, Evan, one word.
Which one?
One word to describe your one word to describe your pitch. Whichever one you feel most confident of.
Vision. I have a vision. I have a vision of a future where we don't have to use our cell phones or computers or our tablets anymore. That you can just use the simple brain waves. You think about it and it happens. Integrated VR technology into smart glasses that use your brain waves to interact with the world around you. Integrated VR, EEG sensors that take your brain waves and interpret that into actions around you. You have a friend, you want to call them, all you have to do is think about it. You want to type a paper, you just think about it and it types as you have the thought. Thank you for this moment.
All right, Evan. That was number 351004, Vision. Now, coming up to the stage is the proud owner of Ticket. Number 351007. All right, your name again? Alex. Alex is here. One word, Alex.
Awareness.
Awareness. Shoot it.
My idea has to be with, it's about Akron and the area. I mean, how well do you guys think you know the area? I've been to a lot of places in Akron, just stumbling around, driving around. But you see, there's no information telling you where everything is. There's 3 hospitals here. How many of you know where St. Thomas is? Which one? The difference between Akron General and Akron City? You don't know. How many people here know about the Valley Bar District or the one off what is it, Market? See, even I don't know. There's so much to this area, and there's no information. Like, we've got the kiosks showing you where you are in the university, but you don't know where the Valley is, you don't know where Akron General is, you don't know. Everyone takes their business to Fairlawn, to Cuyahoga Falls, maybe even to Canton. But like, who spends most of their free time doing anything in Akron? It's like, we don't know where everything is. We do, bus routes. Forgot to talk about the bus routes. No one knows about the bus routes.
That's all right, Alex. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, I think what Mr. Alex has shown us with awareness is that, you know, it's not so easy to do this. And so keep in mind, you only got 60 seconds. I don't know how many more tickets you got. 2. All right, well. So maybe if it's your first pitch, something might be to think about. Do one that you might have more confidence in, something to get your feet wet, just something to think about. Our next presenter will be the owner of the ticket 351030. That would be me. That would be you. And remind me of your name? Whit. Whit. Let's hear one word from Whit.
Let's go with understanding.
Go ahead.
I'm Whit Woodruff, and I like computers. I started getting into computers when I got fed up with my parents' old desktop. I used to play video games on it. I find that this is a relatively common problem where there's only one real computer in a house or one desktop that everyone can use. Kids have a problem because it can't run all the stuff that they want it to run, and adults have a problem because kids mess up their computer. What I would propose is a service where someone can come into a home or do it remotely and help a family go through and really understand how computers function and help set up a computer, build a computer, so that the kids can both get the hands-on experience of building a computer and having that computer literacy, which is important in today's society.
Thank you, Whit. Thank you, Whit. And remember, when you pick the word for your pitch, let it be a word that helps people remember later on, maybe hour from now when we do the voting. Make it a word that lets them remember what it is you're all about. One point of advice, I would say. 351011. Aha. There we go. There you go. Name? Azam. 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 Once you choose your word, I will start the time.
Health.
That was health, sir. Health.
My idea
Health?
about health.
Help.
It's about detox drink. In English, sorry about that. Little nerves. Special products from Azerbaijan and Central Asia, cornelian cherry and rosehip, are good for boosting up for people who are in fighting flu and for diseases, cardiovascular diseases and fever. Mixing up with rosehip can help fight flu and preventing it from the future time. And rosehip can have 50% more vitamin C than oranges, which mean I want to make this product for future, and I'm working on it right now. That can help people who are in sick and need natural ways of relieving their body from in the present moment and the future.
All right, thank you, Azam. You guys see 60 seconds isn't a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
All right. Our next contestant will be number 351038. Who's got that one? Can't be you, you're a man. Where do we have that? 351038. Over there? All right. I know this young lady. Kelly Hughes. Kelly, tell me your word and we will get started.
Depends how fast you say.
Okay. My word is confide. So my problem is depression. There are people all around the world, over 300 million people around the world, that are suffering with depression, and 80% of them aren't getting the appropriate amount of treatment that they need to help them get through it. What I want to do is help them by making a website or something that everyone can go to and confide to whoever and whatever, so that they can feel better. Because nothing helps you be better than finding people like you. And
You got 20 more seconds. If you want to go, you're fine. You can go now if you're good.
okay, bye.
All right. I think what you guys might find tonight is that we set this up in such a way where if there isn't a rule against it, things can probably do it. 351008. Go ahead and introduce. From now on, everybody, I think we're getting the drill. Just go ahead and come on up, introduce yourself, say your word, and then your time begins.
My name is Peter, and my idea, the one word is retrobrite. Okay, can I use a board?
Sure.
Retrobrite. B-R-I-T-E. Okay. Alright, who here owns an NES or any old system? Okay, what color is yours right now? Gray. Okay. What color is yours? Yours? Black. Okay. I was going to say yellow because over time I happen to see the plastic. All right, here's your NES. What happens is over time when it sits in your closet or something, oxidation occurs to it. Okay, and what happens is it turns yellow over time. So what retrobrite does is you apply it to it and it turns it back to the original color. That's about it.
Thank you, Peter.
What's NES?
Right. Let's go with 351016. Introduce yourself and give us your word.
I think it's called children.
My name is Pravin, and my word is restaurant. And can you start? Yes. So, have you ever gone to a restaurant and you see the menu and you never know what the food is? You don't see the picture of it. So this is basically the solution is an app where you go to a restaurant and you log on to the Wi-Fi and you see there. You see the menu, you see the price, you see the description, and then you can order it, you can pay for it. The restaurant will have a point of sale, like a Square device, that you just plug in, and you could make the sale right where you sit, and there you go. Thank you.
Man made short work of his time. Three, 351005.
My word is compatibility. Compatibility.
Right.
one of the issues a lot of people face today when using or trying to build or order computers is they don't know what's compatible with what they need to do. And another thing is for certain parts, they don't know, like, if you really want to get into details, some parts of a machine, like certain processors might not work with certain motherboards. A lot of people don't know what is what. Basically, I make a website that would give people a big overview on what sort of components they need for certain for like the certain tasks they need to do. Like some people are just gamers, some people are just doing
No, keep going.
some people are just doing certain like office application and whatnot. Just you have a level for people doing generals and people, level for people doing like more like computer heavy stuff. Basically, I don't know. I think this went through.
You get the idea.
Already started. All right.
351019. All right, ready?
I think that's mine.
That can happen. 351024.
Yeah, I know.
Before we start, can you guys see this very well? Because if not, I can just draw it on here. I'm just gonna draw it. Oh, no way. Let's go with revolutionary. This doesn't count as my time.
Yeah, it does. Starts when you said your word.
Oh. All right. So, okay. So, this idea is called Cube, and it's about people coming together to have a conversation about something that matters. Because I find in our society we tend to stay on the surface when it comes to meeting with strangers, and we never really get that human connection because of taboos. And so I've created a topic where I've created a format where people can create their own conversations almost. So for instance, you have the host, the guest, and the crowd, and the guest has a topic like, is Donald Trump's campaign truthful? He wants to invite somebody like Sherrod Brown to come so that you can then get a good conversation going. And from there, a crowd will be attracted to that conversation. And the idea is to basically start a social movement almost of cubes to get people talking to one another. I think that's a sign. You guys should vote for me. But thank
you. Nobody's panicking about the lights. The library is closing right now. We're allowed to stay, but the lights are just going to go off and on for warning for the students. So everything's fine. Just relax.